Let's do some politics now. And the head of Political Science Department at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Amoako Baah, is asking the New Patriotic Party to sack its General Secretary, Kwabena Ejapong. He's joined us on the line to tell us why he is asking the party to do this. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Why this straight call that Kwabena Ejapong should be sacked?
Because the job for which he was elected is not what he's doing. He was elected to be a uniter of the party, mediator in the party, spokesperson for the party. He is rather the one at the center of every storm that has come out after he was elected, which means that he has become a liability to the party. It does not matter who else is involved. He is the secretary. And this should not happen. If he doesn't know, he can take a page from Siedun Ketia's book. Have you ever seen a Siedun Ketia on TV argue with one of his own party members? Never. And yet this is what we see over and over again.
But is he not justified in his accusations, especially with reference to the fact that some people within the party are working to undermine him?
Well, that is his allegations. His allegation, we have party leaders there. He does not come out in the public to make allegations. If he himself is doing that, who else is going to bring the peace in the party?
But
yesterday I listened to him, and all he was talking about was himself. Not once was he talking about the party. When the party was had this vetting exercise around the country, he was on radio fighting with other people.
But if there was reason behind his decision to go public regarding
well, that
issues
is exactly
in
the problem.
The party.
When is he going to be the secretary then? If he wants to talk about everything in public, when is he going to play the secretary's role? Is that what a party secretary is supposed to do?
Doc, you're saying that he is supposed to be a unifier and he is not doing that, and that he's going public with some of these issues, and that is not the job he was voted for to do. What is your reading of the game? Is he right, or does he have any justification whatsoever for going public?
Well, look, if you are party secretary, you are one of the leaders of the party. But it doesn't mean you run the party from day to day. The steering committee does that. And then we find out that he on his own has unilaterally issued waivers for people who are contending for parliamentary seats. He does not have that authority. He doesn't. It looks as if he doesn't know what powers he has. And this is why he tried to fire some people, tell people to proceed on leave. I mean, it goes on and on and on. When is this going to stop?
But if clearly you are in leadership position and someone is consistently trying to undermine you and frustrating your work,
who is that
what
someone?
do you
is this
do?
One person?
He has mentioned.
Episode.
He has
may have some beef with Mr. Blake.
Yes, he has categorically mentioned Freddie Blake.
But look at how many people attended that meeting that Mr. Blake called. Are you saying they were all wrong? Does it necessarily have to be the secretary alone who can call the meeting when the party's constitution clearly allows this to take place?
But when the meeting was held, it was given the tag of an emergency, and according to Dr. Kwabena Ejapong, a number of the issues they raised were not issues of emergency. One.
Well,
secondly, please let me finish the question, sir. Let me finish the question, sir. Secondly, the absence of the secretary, he himself and the national chairman, were issues that had come up for discussion, and he was in Ghana, just Kumasi nearby, and said that he could come back for that meeting to be held. They went ahead, held the meeting, he didn't say anything about it, and people within the party kept on going in the media and were chastising him. So he thought that it was appropriate to react. You think he's wrong to have done that?
Well, yesterday what I heard him say was this. He had an emergency. I think his mother-in-law or someone passed away, which I understand. But does it mean that just because you have an emergency, the party business should stop? Is that what he's saying?
That is not what...
Well, fine. You have an emergency. They think they should hold the meeting. Why not? If you even wherever you are, you can have an input. You can stay on the phone with them. Okay, so what are you guys deciding? What are we going to do? This is how you bring unity. Not to say that because you have an emergency, nobody should meet.
But Doc,
one person among many.
Doc, what do you make of critics who are saying that people within the party and the executive body of the party should also get their acts right and ensure that they do not wash their dirty linens in public?
Well, that's part of the problem. It looks like Mr. Japan has too many linen, and he likes to wash them in public. That is the problem. I mean, you look at it. He took over. He tried to replace some security guards. It didn't work. He tried to get some people to go on proceed on leave. It didn't work. He tried to remove the finance officer, director. It didn't work. Now here, this one too, he didn't go. What is wrong with them calling a meeting? And if you have an emergency, let's go ahead. Okay, so what did you guys decide? What are we going to do? This is how you bring peace. Not that you yourself have to be there.
But there was no emergency in that emergency meeting. That's what he says.
Well, yes. If it's an emergency, then Amoako could have an input. Why? His phone does not work. You could call from wherever he is around the world and have a part in it. Just as he could have done that. And then there is the issue of issuing waivers by himself to some people who do not look. When this issue came up that those who are running against incumbents should pay 30,000 for so-called development fee, we all said that this is not acceptable. This is clearly an attempt to entrench the old guard. Right? Fine. They said the party needed money. That's why they are doing that. If the party needs money, how then does the secretary go and give waivers to people who doesn't need money anymore?
All right. I think this is a decision that would have to argue some more, but we certainly would get you back on to give us some more ideas or some going forward what you think about how the party can resolve their differences. Dr. Amoako Baah is the head of political science at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.